Hey everybody, Dan Hassevoort here. Hey, we're getting ready to back the boat in at Lake Erie, world-pronounced walleye fishery. The walleyes out here are absolutely monsters. We're going to be taking the Okuma Dead Eye trolling rod and the Okuma Cold Water line counter reel along with us. And we're going to show you exactly why, as a professional walleye angler and charter captain, there is no other rod and reel I would prefer to have on my boat catching these monster walleyes at Lake Erie. So let's go fishing. Dan Hassevoort out here trolling for midsummer walleyes in Lake Erie. I'm going to take you with us and show exactly how we're setting this up. As you can see here on the mapping, we're running a transition line from shallow water to deep water. And that transition line is right around 15 to 16 foot of water. We're targeting fish related to the bottom and suspended in the middle of the water column. Now the way we're getting our baits to those fish are with 1 ounce and 2 ounce inline weights. And it's really important to remember to keep your baits above the marks you're targeting. A walleye can only see above him. He won't go down a foot, but he'll go up 5 foot to hit a bait. And the way we're getting our baits down there is taking our end lines, following our chart, and positioning them right above the marks that we're seeing on the graph. All right, let's take a look at the rod and reels we're using out here today. Now, planterboard fishing has revolutionized the way we troll in the Great Lakes. But it's also made us pay a lot more attention to our rod and reel combos. Before, people just used any old rod and reel to troll, and a lot of lost fish as a result to that. Now with the rods, you want a rod that has a really stiff midsection. Now this is to help carry the board in rough water, but more importantly, this is where your sensitivity comes into play. If you're fighting a fish on that planer board, and he decides to charge the boat, you got to be able to feel that board lighten up and recognize that that fish is coming towards you. Then get on the reel and make up your lost slack. Now if this rod was too limber, all that energy would be absorbed to the rod. You wouldn't feel a thing till it was too late. Now if you look at the end of this rod, we've got a real fast tip. That's for once the board is off and you're fighting that big walleye and it gets right by the boat, really starts to dig, it absorbs a lot of that energy, and there's a lot less chance of the hooks being pulled out of his mouth. This is the Okuma Dead Eye series. It's an 861 MT, it's an 8'6" telescoping rod. Now let's look at the reels. The reels are very important. For one thing, you need a very accurate line counter. You heard us talking earlier about positioning our baits above the walleyes. Well, if your line counter is not accurate, you have no idea where you are. Another tip to keep in mind is make sure you keep all your reels full of line. All line counters are calibrated off a full spool. Now another really important thing to look for is a very smooth drag. Like we're fishing right now in shallow water with 1 ounce inline weights and crawler harnesses. If we were just to put the board in the water and free spool it back, our harness and our weight are going to fall down and snag on the bottom. But with the nice smooth drag, you set your lead, put your board out there, and just slowly back the drag off and just let the board walk out on the drag. That keeps your bait and all your presentation from hitting the bottom and following up. So there's a couple of tips to keep in mind to help you be successful in your next fishing adventure.